It's not separated, it's just a sprain, right?
That's what they call sprains, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure, and then when did that occur during the game? Because I think it occurred and he stayed in.
It occurred in the second quarter when he threw the ball to DJ Banks. If he'd have thrown the ball a little bit sooner, he wouldn't have got hit. He held on it too long, threw it, DJ caught it and fell to the ground, and he got hit and got his shoulder driven into the ground. But again, obviously it's serious, but it's not one of those season-ending type injuries.
And if he can't go, then Joe Kemp's?
Yeah, well, Joe's played a lot of football for us at quarterback as well. And, he'll play. DJ Ponder will also play quarterback for us. He's our third quarterback. Kevin's out. And then we'll just go from there.
Is it on his non-pro?
Yes, it's his left shoulder. He actually could have gone back in the second half. He said, I'd have a hard time handing off with my left hand. And I said, well, that's kind of tough. I can't call just right-handed, or Dan can't call right-handed running plays, So anyway, I said, hey, Kevin's doing a nice job. Just let's sit you out and let's get you healthy for the future.
What about if Ginsburg can't punt?
Then Cairo will smell. Yeah, he punts the ball pretty well too. Yeah. Yeah, so we got. Well, I think the one thing about it is our guys are doing a good job of getting the ball off. We're getting that off under 2 every time. Now, yeah, last year we were a 2-1, 2-2, sometimes 2-3. We're getting the ball off a lot quicker this year, which is a tribute to the punters. But both of them are getting it off under 2. So I'm hoping we're all right. But they come after you pretty good, and they'll test us, obviously.
You said last week they're getting Figaro back, gave him some opportunity.
And it did.
So that made a big difference.
Yeah, speed. What they did is they started the game, and they were crowding us. They inverted the strong safety. They've been a 2-deep team, a 7-man front. Well, they got into an 8-man front and said, hey, throw the ball. And we're going to stop your running game, and because they knew we were going to try to run it at them. And we tried to run it at them. We had a couple runs, but until we said, hey, we got to stretch the field, and we beat them on a couple plays, then we backed them off, and then we were able to run the ball and do some things the second half. But there's no question, if you don't stretch the field and you don't take some shots deep and then hopefully hit some of them, they don't have to defend that, and they start getting closer and closer and closer. So that helped us tremendously to be able to stretch the field with his speed. Yeah, Williams is a starter, and Peyton Jason is the backup, and we have Steve Barnett also. So we've got some running backs. J.T. McDonald would have been one of them, but he's still out.
Along that vein, so just if Joe ends up at quarterback, then Wilson would end up starting?
Well, Joe's going to start at quarterback because Griffin's going to, at wide receiver because Griffin's going to start at quarterback. Oh, yeah, Griffin will start. And then Wilson will be the backup, and then Grant's there too still,
How do you handle Joe's reps in practice?
Well, that's why we're going to let Griffin rest. Griffin could practice, but I think he needs to sit, get it healed up a little bit, and that'll give us an opportunity to get Joe more reps in practice. It doesn't make sense to have Griffin take the reps and then a guy that's got to back him up not have that opportunity. But again, we got DJ Ponder too, so we're not depleted at quarterback by any means.
So are you satisfied not from a win-loss standpoint from an improvement on offense or defense from the Southeastern game to really use the game?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm disappointed in not winning, and we felt that we had a chance to win both the games we lost, but there's no question. I said it earlier. We're a much improved football team. We got guys on our scout team right now that would have played considerably for us 2 or 3 years ago. So we're better. And it's just unfortunate we started slow. We couldn't convert. We punted the ball. They run it and they score a touchdown, another touchdown. They jump up on us. It makes it look bad. But I think we battled back. We came back. I think we've proven that we are a better football team. And talking to the head coach at Ole Miss and talking to the head coach at Houston, they both agree with me. You guys are a much improved football team. Now, eventually, it's got to turn. And I hate to use this term because some coach years ago told me this, that, when you take over a program, you lose big, and then all of a sudden you lose close, and then all of a sudden you win close, and then pretty soon you start winning big. And that's the evolution that we're going. This program was a lot farther down than I envisioned it when I took over, and we've had to work at it. And there's no quick fix. You don't bring in a bunch of junior college players here to get a quick fix. You got to do it with young guys. And so we've played a bunch of young guys the last couple of years, but we have gotten better because of it. We've got more quality depth because of it.
Was there anything you did defensively in the second half? I mean, it seemed like you played so much better, were so much more effective on Broadway in the second half.
Well, I think number one is we kind of got a groove to what they were doing. And number two, we didn't play as many snaps. We only played, I think, 28 snaps the second half because our offense started moving the football. And that's the thing that concerned me, with our offense is we weren't moving the ball. The first 5 series, were 4 punts and an interception. And you can't have 3 and 4 or 5 downs and out. You've got to move the ball and keep your defense off the field. And so that's what happened. They were worn down a little bit the first half, and then all of a sudden we kind of wore them down offensively the second half.
What's the prognosis on Scott?
Minimum of 2 weeks. He won't need surgery right now, which is good. We thought he was going to have to get the finger operated on, put a pin in it. We might have lost him for the season. But because of the breaks, we feel that, the way they're doing it right now is if they just can keep it in one position, hopefully it'll heal a little bit, and hopefully within the next few weeks he'll be able to return.
It appears to me that you've been using the fullback a lot more recently than you've had in past games. Is that
Well, we started out the Southeast game with the spread offense, and then against Ole Miss we incorporated a couple West Coast formations, and last week we actually added a couple more plays with the West Coast offense. But we're a combination of. And again, like I said in the past, we were a West Coast offensive team that ran some of the spread, kind of like the Saints or pro football, because everybody runs the spread. But now we've evolved more to the spread and less of the West Coast fullback offense. But Stelly really did a nice job of blocking the other day. So I told him, I said, his back's against the wall. If he doesn't block, we're not going to run much of it. But if he blocks, we may run more of it in the future.
You mentioned that on the play Ryan got hurt, he was going to get really involved.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's going to be a recurring problem. With that in mind, do you expect Rutgers to bring a lot of heat?
Rutgers brings the heat anyway. Yeah, they run a lot of different defenses. They run a lot of different offenses. Greg Schiano basically is a defensive coordinator. He's been a defensive guy. He was at Miami. He's also with the Bears and pro. I mean, he's coached a lot of football. He was a linebacker himself. They bring the heat, and they've got athletic guys. So I expect them to come after us, yes.
I think one of the things I read about them is that linebacker plays have really strength of the
They're really good. Their linebackers are outstanding. Both their safeties are outstanding, too. They get involved. Well, I think they're better than Houston defensively. Yeah, their linebackers, they're really good. And they're bigger. They're 6'2", 230-ish. They really run. They're very athletic. He's